Hi everyone, today is Monday, May 4th, 2020, and today we are going to be talking about persuasive text in reading. So let's go ahead and get started by reading our job. I will identify the elements of persuasive text. So let's talk about what persuasive text is first. Let's read this section here and then we'll think about it. Persuasive text. A persuasive text gives an opinion and reasons to persuade or convince readers to think something or to do something. Is there a time that you have tried to convince or persuade someone to think something or to do something? A time when you wanted to convince or persuade? I can think of one time. For dinner time, I've tried to before, convince my family that we should eat pizza for dinner, while maybe my family might want to eat burgers instead. So I have to tell why. I have to tell them why we should eat pizza, and I have to give them reasons. I want them to think that pizza is the best for dinner, but I have to tell them why I think pizza is the best. Maybe I could say because the yummy crust and the yummy cheese and the toppings, the pepperoni and the sausage is delicious. So if you think about it, has there a time that you have tried to make someone think something or do something? Mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, maybe a tia or tío, or even a friend. Think about recess time and you want to play a game and someone else wants to play a different game. How do you convince or persuade your friends to play the game you want to play, not something different? I can also think of a time when I've been out shopping with my daughter and she convinces me or tries to persuade me to buy her something. She has to tell me why I should do that. And she has to give me reasons for that. So today we're going to identify the opinion, and we're also going to identify the reasons of why the reader should think something or do something. We're going to start with this short persuasive text here to practice that. All right, let's get ready. Reading is fun. I like to read. You should like to read too. It is fun to read. You can learn new things. You can see pictures you like. We should all like to read. So, what should the reader think or do? What is the writer, the author who wrote this, what do they want us to think or do? Here's a hint right here. You should. You should like to read too. So the author wants us to like to read. But that's not it. We have to look at the reasons, remember? Reasons as to why we should think that way. Let's see if we can locate those. Identify them. It is fun to read, number one. You can learn new things. And you can see pictures you like. So they gave us the opinion, what the reader should think, what we should think, we should like to read, and they gave us three reasons as to why we should like to read. So, think about this. How is persuasive text, this example here, different from informational text? Think about the informational text that we read last week about the seasons, and also about the informational text that you wrote as one of your assignments. How is informational text and persuasive text different? In informational text, is that trying to get us to think some way? Or is it trying to teach us something? You're right, informational text is teaching the reader something. Persuasive text is not teaching us anything, it's just trying to get us to think something, to convince us or persuade us to think something or do something. So those two are very different in that informational text is teaching us about a topic. And last week the topic was seasons. So, and persuasive text is just giving an opinion. Informational text, remember, gives facts, things that are true. where persuasive texts are opinions. It's just how I feel or how you feel. I might like pizza and you might not like pizza. You might like burgers, but I might not like burgers. Is either one of us wrong? No, it's just our own opinion. So that's how those two are different. Now we're going to practice identifying elements of persuasive text. Remember, the elements in persuasive text are there's going to be an opinion, which is given at the beginning of the text, and then there's going to be reasons. We are going to do that with our book. Let me bring it up here. And this book is called In Spring. So we're going to be thinking about what should the reader think, what does the author want us to think, and what are the reasons. Okay, so those are the things that I want you to think about, because you're going to have to give me the opinion, what the author wants us to think, and at least give me 1 to 2 reasons as to why. What reasons did the author give us? Before we start, let's review some of the words we're going to read. Fawns, worms, whirls. All right, let's get started. Went the wrong way. In Spring, written by Angela Johnson, illustrated by Giovanna Medeiros. Why is spring the best season? There are many reasons. Just ask me. In spring, days get warmer. You can feel breezes blow hints of hotter days. You can feel the sun's warmth on your neck. Has the author already told us what they want us to think? What does the author want us to think here? All right, let's keep going. In spring, days get longer. You can run outside after dinner without a coat. You can watch squirrels dart around. That's so true, guys. After dinner, we go for a walk. And it's still light outside. So we can go for a 30-minute walk, and it's really nice. And we watch bunnies. We have a lot of rabbits, bunnies around our neighborhood. Yesterday, we counted 6, I think. 6 rabbits that we saw on our walk. In spring, plants start growing again. You can walk in the woods and spy flowers hiding behind trees. In spring, you can see worms coil up from underneath the wet ground. You can wear boots and splash through puddles. That sounds like fun. How many of you have done that before? In spring, animals have babies. You can see tadpoles swimming beneath the pond's melting ice. You can see fawns struggling to walk on their young legs. Spring is the best season. It links the cold of winter with the heat of summer. It waves goodbye to one season and welcomes another. There are so many reasons to like spring. Don't you think so? Awesome. All right. So remember, your job was to identify the elements of persuasive text. And if we go back to our chart here, we know there's going to be an opinion, what the reader should think or do, and there's going to be reasons for that opinion. You guys are going to finish these sentences. You can open up your journal, and you're going to start with, the author wants the reader to think, and finish that sentence. And then move on to number 2. One reason the author uses is. So, what does the author want us to think in this book? And what are the reasons? At least give me one reason in your journal as to why the author wants us to think that way. Okay, so that is your job today, to go ahead and identify the opinion in the text in spring and one reason the author uses. So you'll open up your journal, start with these sentence starters. Don't forget your date. Give me your best handwriting. I've been seeing some really awesome handwriting out there that makes me so proud of you guys. Keep up the awesome work. You guys are doing great. If you have any questions for me on this assignment, please feel free to reach out to me. I am here to help you in any way that I can. You guys have an awesome Monday. Goodbye.